If you ever wonder what the future of hotel housekeeping looks like, play Bugger. It drops you into a luxury space hotel that's gone off the rails. It's your job to clean the place by vaporizing monsters before your Yelp score tanks. This is Checkpoint Dunion, where every game gets a taste test. In the fryer today, we have Bugger, a fast-paced retro sci-fi shooter where alien guts and company insurance go hand in hand. What makes this even cooler? The entire game was developed by 23 third-year students. Shows an insane amount of creativity and passion. Reached out to the dev team directly and got some awesome insight. We'll dive into that later. For now, grab your mech, grab your seasoning, and your favorite alien cooking oil. Let's lift this lid and jump straight into the fryer with gameplay and performance. As soon as you clock into the game, all puns intended, you start to build up this routine of figuring out where these aliens are and where to clear them out. You feel fairly clunky at the start, and I have no complaints about that since you are in a mech suit. However, with this transforming gun that you have from a minigun, when you want to put 1,000 rounds down range and suppress everything that walks towards you, or a shotgun to take off one of these ugly faces. It's a fantastic blend between the two, and you start getting upgrades every time you go through, from rockets to slamming the ground, and then at the end you find this beautiful thing called BFG. Big Friendly Goose. The game is hysterical at times. It's very fast paced, and I enjoy every little aspect, where it even had me in parts where I was scared for my life fighting through hallways. It was a fantastic blend. You pick up these small things and tweaks. After you beat the whole story, which probably takes you about 30 minutes, you get a fun endless mode to actually start punching through. That part actually feels good. You get slow static upgrades that even make you go longer and longer and longer, making it feel better and making things a little bit more chaotic as the aliens get stronger through time. However, there's only one big gripe I have, is performance. Albeit it was 5 months, 23 students, the performance has a few issues, a few frame skips when there's a lot of things happening, a little sluggish, but realistically, if that's the only issue I'm dealing with, I can look a little bit past it. But it happened almost all the time. But a lot of the animations in the game kind of overwhelm it all, making it feel even better and giving that little bit more of a retro look. However, it's fast. It gives you a mech and a gun that transforms on command with a bunch of rockets in your hands to take care of business. And if you don't think, I think that's 5-star hotel quality right there. I believe Bugger actually hits it right on the nail, exactly what they were looking for. The future tech, the Neo style, the super bright, vibrant lights they're going through make it feel like it's exactly what it's supposed to be. I only have a few gripes when it comes down to the visual parts. The visual, at certain points when I'm using my minigun, the bloom of it, plus the explosions, the ground slam, everything combined, it just made it extremely hard to see through. It made it very hard for me to aim at my targets. Along with the super bright, vibrant lights, the aliens tend to blend in fairly often, more than not. And it made it super difficult for me to figure out exactly what I'm shooting at. All beside, when we get into the sound part, it gives you this fun, upbeat music that goes along with it. And it feels really good when the tempo is moving, but at certain points, the tension starts to fade and it just doesn't feel cohesive anymore. The game's great. By all means, for 23 students, this game shows a lot of promise and a lot of initiative in terms of the game development side. It's just certain aspects of it just made it extremely hard for it to follow for a lot of people, and I think it's going to be very difficult for most due to the super bright, vibrant things, even with the fun transitions of loading in new skills. Not to bash the game so hard, and I know they worked very hard on it, but I had to stay as unbiased as possible. I don't know how else to describe it, but alas, we have some information from the devs, and we're going to go ahead and dive into that with the final crunch. Before we let this settle, I want to give some spotlight to the people behind Bugger. The game wasn't created by a big studio or a veteran indie team. It was created by 23 third-year students at Breda University. Outside the early prototype, they built this entire game within 5 months, and that alone is very impressive. Each group was assigned tags. They received shooter, space station, retro, and upbeat. From those ingredients, they pulled inspiration from Doom, RoboQuest, and Prey, aiming for that fast boomer shooter action, with bright retro-futuristic twists. The art style is extremely unique, adding more flair to the game and showing the possibilities that these people have at their own. Despite most of the team heading in multiple different directions, they plan on keep developing Oh Bugger, expanding the campaign, possibly maybe exploring more into the roguelike systems, and maybe adding multiplayer. That would be a phenomenal choice, especially with the game being free to play. It is definitely worth it. All Passion shows it's chaotic, fun, and surprisingly polished for the team and the time that they've had. For all of that, the creativity, the energy, and the execution, I believe, no biasism, it's going to receive a 6 out of 10 solid onion rings. It's flavorful, but after some time, you start to see the end. This has been Checkpoint Dunion, where every game gets a taste test. And before you leave your suggestion below for what's next. I read every single one.